The Wehrmacht intelligence summary that arrived at General Heinz Guderian's Army Group Center headquarters in February 1944 contained artillery ammunition statistics that seemed to mock the fundamental laws of munitions manufacturing and wartime industrial capacity. The classified report claimed that American factories had already produced over 3 billion artillery shells since entering the war, suggesting production capabilities that violated every German assumption about precision ammunition, construction, and military-industrial limitations. This is mathematical impossibility disguised as intelligence, Guderian declared to his artillery commanders, examining aerial reconnaissance photographs of American ammunition plants that showed production facilities spanning entire city districts. Artillery shells require precision manufacturing that cannot be mass-produced like consumer goods. No nation in history has manufactured billions of precision munitions. These Americans must be fabricating propaganda statistics rather than actual combat ammunition. These were seasoned German artillery officers who understood shell production through decades of meticulous engineering and artisanal craftsmanship that had created Europe's most sophisticated ammunition through systematic precision and technological excellence. The concept of mass-produced artillery shells seemed to violate fundamental principles of munitions manufacturing that demanded individual attention over assembly speed. They could not fathom they were witnessing the greatest ammunition production program in military history, or that American factories would ultimately manufacture over 3 billion artillery shells while revolutionizing modern warfare through systematic abundance that would overwhelm German artillery excellence through unprecedented numerical superiority and continuous bombardment capability. If you want to discover more incredible stories of how American industrial supremacy revolutionized modern warfare, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. General Heinz Guderian stood beside his command artillery battery in occupied Poland, observing precision firing operations that embodied German confidence in artillery superiority through innovative munitions design and systematic engineering excellence. As architect of combined arms doctrine, Guderian represented German assumptions about ammunition quality, triumphing over quantity through superior technology and professional manufacturing standards that had established German artillery dominance. German artillery shell production that Guderian understood included meticulous craftsmanship, individual attention to precision specifications, and systematic quality control that created superior ammunition through careful engineering and ballistic optimization. German factories produced artillery shells like precision scientific instruments rather than mass-manufactured products, emphasizing technological excellence over production volume through artisanal manufacturing approaches. The sophisticated ammunition that German industry manufactured included armor-piercing shells, high-explosive rounds, and specialized munitions that represented pinnacle achievements in artillery engineering through advanced metallurgy and systematic development. German engineering had solved complex ballistic challenges that produced ammunition exceeding enemy capabilities through individual excellence and precision manufacturing that emphasized quality over quantity. Intelligence analysis of Allied ammunition production suggested enemy forces remained constrained by conventional manufacturing limitations, precision engineering requirements, and industrial bottlenecks that prevented rapid munitions expansion. German artillery planners calculated that Allied shell production would require decades to match German technological capabilities while maintaining acceptable ballistic performance standards through traditional manufacturing methods. Strategic doctrine that incorporated German artillery advantages assumed technological superiority would enable continued battlefield dominance through superior ammunition design and systematic crew training. Democratic nations could allegedly never achieve rapid expansion and quantity-focused production approaches while maintaining individual shell excellence that characterized German munitions superiority through precision engineering. Economic calculations performed by German military economists revealed Allied industrial capacity divided between civilian consumer production and limited military requirements, suggesting resource constraints that prevented total conversion to precision munitions manufacturing. Steel allocation and skilled ammunition technicians appeared insufficient for massive shell production programs, requiring specialized engineering and precision manufacturing techniques. Cultural assumptions about American munitions industrial organization suggested inefficient production methods and profit-motivated rather than strategically focused approaches that would prevent systematic military ammunition manufacturing. German ideology characterized democratic industry as wasteful and disorganized, compared to German systematic efficiency and specialized munitions technological discipline that prioritized individual shell quality. Combat statistics from 1939 to 1943 seemed to validate German assumptions about artillery warfare effectiveness and technological advantages over Allied forces worldwide. German artillery units had achieved remarkable success through superior ammunition performance and systematic crew training that appeared impossible for mass-produced enemy shells to match through quantity alone. Donald Nelson, chairman of the War Production Board, walked through the sprawling Remington Arms ammunition facility, observing revolutionary production techniques that would transform shell manufacturing through automotive mass production methods adapted for precision munitions. The civilian industrial coordinator was applying innovative production expertise to military ammunition construction with systematic efficiency that would fundamentally challenge German assumptions about munitions manufacturing. The artillery shell program that American industry developed represented complete departure from traditional ammunition manufacturing that emphasized individual craftsmanship over systematic mass production for military operations. American shell design prioritized reliability, ballistic consistency, and assembly line production capability rather than technological sophistication alone, enabling manufacturing rates that completely exceeded German munitions, industrial calculations, and strategic planning assumptions. Assembly line techniques that Remington employed included revolutionary automotive production methods, systematically adapted for complex ammunition manufacturing through organized workflow, standardized components, and continuous production that eliminated traditional munitions manufacturing bottlenecks. American industrial experience had created unprecedented manufacturing efficiency that surpassed precision ammunition production through civilian innovation and competitive optimization. Workforce mobilization supporting shell production included revolutionary numbers of women entering precision manufacturing while maintaining comprehensive training programs that created skilled workers adequate for complex ammunition assembly operations. Democratic educational systems produced abundant human resources through competitive instruction, merit-based advancement, and systematic munitions manufacturing skills development that exceeded traditional artillery production workforce limitations. Supply chain coordination across American shell manufacturing included specialized steel delivery from multiple continental sources, explosive materials from dedicated manufacturers, and thousands of components from hundreds of subcontractors whose production was synchronized through systematic logistics management. Materials coordination exceeded German organizational capabilities through democratic industrial cooperation and competitive resource allocation that enabled unprecedented production rates. Quality control procedures ensured shell reliability through systematic testing protocols, continuous inspection processes, and rigorous ballistic performance validation that maintained combat effectiveness while enabling unprecedented mass production rates. American munitions manufacturing had achieved consistent quality through scientific methods rather than traditional individual craftsmanship attention, proving that systematic approaches could maintain artillery standards while enabling mass production. Innovation acceleration continued throughout shell development, as American engineers continuously improved ammunition specifications while maintaining aggressive production schedules that traditional methods could never sustain. Competitive pressure encouraged rapid advancement that exceeded conventional munitions development cycles, while ensuring manufacturing compatibility and sustained production capability that traditional approaches could never achieve. Strategic planning that incorporated massive shell deployment included comprehensive artillery tactical doctrine development and operational coordination that would maximize ammunition effectiveness across global theaters. American military strategy integrated production advantages into comprehensive campaign planning that assumed virtually unlimited shell availability and continuous bombardment capability that would fundamentally alter artillery warfare mathematics through industrial superiority. March 1944. German intelligence documentation of American shell production revealed manufacturing statistics that challenged every fundamental assumption about ammunition construction and munitions. Industrial possibility worldwide. American factories were completing over 250,000 artillery shells daily while maintaining simultaneous production across hundreds of facilities that collectively exceeded total German munitions manufacturing capacity by incomprehensible margins that seemed mathematically impossible. Mathematical analysis that German artillery planners performed revealed American shell production approaching 3 billion total units since Pearl Harbor, while German ammunition production struggled to maintain 500 million shells across all manufacturers and facilities. Enemy industrial capabilities had achieved systematic abundance that completely violated traditional assumptions about precision munitions, manufacturing complexity, and specialized engineering requirements that German artillery had always considered fundamental limitations. Statistical verification through multiple intelligence sources confirmed American shell production that included standardized components, revolutionary assembly line manufacturing, and systematic quality control that enabled mathematically impossible production rates for precision ammunition. Enemy manufacturing had achieved unprecedented efficiency that exceeded German munitions industrial organization through democratic competitive methods and civilian industrial expertise applied to ammunition manufacturing. Photographic reconnaissance of American ammunition factories revealed production techniques that completely eliminated individual munitions craftsmanship in favor of systematic manufacturing approaches directly adapted from civilian automotive industry methods for artillery applications. Democratic industrial organization had achieved military production through competitive rather than centralized authoritarian methods and systematic resource optimization that exceeded traditional munitions manufacturing approaches. Economic calculations demonstrated American shell expenditure that exceeded entire German military budgets, while simultaneously maintaining civilian consumer production and comprehensive international assistance programs. Democratic capitalism had achieved resource abundance that centralized command economy methods could never duplicate through systematic efficiency and competitive innovation in munitions manufacturing that rendered German economic assumptions obsolete through mathematical evidence. Supply chain analysis revealed American shell manufacturing coordinated across continental distances with material flows that dramatically exceeded German logistical capabilities and organizational systems. Enemy industrial organization demonstrated systematic coordination that exceeded authoritarian central planning through competitive cooperation and democratic resource allocation methods in ammunition production that achieved efficiency through civilian expertise rather than military organization. Technology assessment based on captured American artillery shells revealed manufacturing quality that equaled German precision standards, while being produced in quantities that German industry considered physically impossible without sacrificing ballistic performance specifications. Mass production had achieved consistent reliability through systematic scientific methods rather than individual attention and artisanal approaches that characterized German munitions manufacturing philosophy. The statistical impossibility had become undeniable strategic reality that forced German acknowledgement of democratic advantages in munitions industrial organization that exceeded authoritarian alternatives through competitive efficiency and systematic abundance in shell production that would fundamentally alter artillery warfare through industrial superiority rather than individual technological excellence or traditional munitions approaches. June 6, 1944. The Allied invasion of Normandy revealed devastating effectiveness of American shell production, as over 200,000 artillery rounds supported the initial D-Day bombardment, while maintaining strategic reserves that exceeded German total ammunition inventory. The mathematical superiority of American manufacturing had translated into overwhelming artillery dominance that rendered German munitions philosophy strategically irrelevant through systematic abundance rather than individual shell excellence. Tactical deployment that American shell abundance enabled included multiple artillery divisions operating simultaneously across European theaters, while maintaining ammunition supply capabilities that German forces could never match, despite individual shell superiority and crew training advantages. American production had eliminated traditional artillery constraints through systematic abundance and continuous resupply that exceeded traditional warfare limitations through industrial capacity. German artillery commanders discovered combat situations where expending individual shells achieved minimal strategic advantage because American ammunition reserves exceeded German consumption capabilities through industrial production. Mathematical relationships had shifted decisively toward Allied artillery through manufacturing capacity rather than individual combat effectiveness or tactical excellence that had characterized traditional artillery warfare approaches. Combat statistics from sustained European bombardments documented German ammunition shortages that could not be replenished while American artillery units maintained firing capability through continuous production and systematic replacement programs. Industrial abundance had created tactical sustainability that exceeded German response possibilities and resource allocation capabilities through democratic industrial organization rather than traditional munitions approaches. Intelligence analysis by German artillery commands revealed American production capabilities that dramatically exceeded strategic planning assumptions, while demonstrating industrial organization that surpassed authoritarian efficiency through democratic, competitive methods. Enemy capabilities had achieved systematic advantages that traditional military planning could not anticipate or counter effectively through conventional artillery approaches or resource allocation methods. Psychological impact on German artillery crews included recognition that individual firing excellence could not influence strategic outcomes when facing opponents with unlimited ammunition supplies and continuous resupply. Tactical accuracy had become strategically meaningless against American production abundance and systematic shell deployment that exceeded traditional artillery warfare mathematics through industrial superiority. Supply chain advantages that American production provided included ammunition availability, maintenance support, and replacement shells that sustained bombardment effectiveness under extended operations across multiple theaters. Systematic logistics exceeded German capabilities, despite homeland proximity and theoretically superior interior transportation lines through democratic industrial organization and competitive resource allocation. The Normandy bombardment demonstrated American shell production had fundamentally altered artillery warfare mathematics through industrial capabilities that rendered traditional munitions excellence obsolete when facing systematic abundance combined with adequate ballistic performance and continuous resupply capability that exceeded traditional artillery limitations through democratic industrial superiority. May 8, 1945. As Nazi Germany surrendered unconditionally following devastating Allied artillery campaigns, the final accounting of American shell production revealed numbers that had redefined modern warfare. Over 3 billion artillery shells manufactured through revolutionary assembly line methods that averaged one completed round every 3 seconds at peak production, creating ammunition capabilities that had overwhelmed German artillery excellence through unprecedented systematic abundance. Strategic validation that American shell production provided confirmed industrial mobilization as the decisive factor in modern artillery warfare, while demonstrating democratic advantages in manufacturing organization, resource allocation, and technological application that exceeded totalitarian alternatives through competitive innovation and systematic efficiency optimization. Democratic munitions industrial organization had proven superior to authoritarian approaches through mathematical evidence that could not be disputed. General Guderian's post-war acknowledgement included recognition that German artillery superiority had been strategically defeated by American production capabilities that exceeded every calculation of democratic industrial potential and munitions manufacturing capacity. Assembly line manufacturing had rendered individual shell excellence strategically irrelevant through overwhelming numerical superiority and continuous bombardment that exceeded traditional artillery warfare approaches. Economic efficiency that American shell production achieved included dramatic cost reduction through volume manufacturing, while maintaining ballistic effectiveness that exceeded traditional munitions development methods. Competitive capitalism had proven systematically superior to command economy organization for sustained military production and technological advancement across global artillery operations through democratic resource allocation. International cooperation through American shell deployment included comprehensive ammunition transfers to Allied forces that enhanced collective artillery capabilities while demonstrating American production capacity far beyond domestic requirements. Democratic values had created sustainable assistance through systematic ammunition sharing and strategic generosity programs that exceeded traditional military alliance approaches. Technological legacy of American shell production influenced post-war munitions development through revolutionary manufacturing techniques, systematic design principles, and scientific quality control methods that transformed global ammunition production standards. Scientific advancement had created lasting advantages through systematic research and competitive innovation processes that exceeded traditional munitions approaches through civilian industrial expertise. Workforce development that enabled American shell success demonstrated democratic society's ability to mobilize human resources through opportunity and education rather than coercion or authoritarian control. Competitive systems had produced munitions capabilities that exceeded totalitarian alternatives through inclusive participation and merit-based advancement that proved democratic advantages in munitions industrial organization. The assembly line triumph had proven that democratic industrial organization could achieve systematic advantages over traditional artillery excellence through competitive innovation, systematic manufacturing, and abundant production that totalitarian munitions systems could never match through centralized control, ideological motivation, or authoritarian resource allocation alone in ammunition manufacturing and artillery warfare. If this incredible story of how American assembly line shell production overwhelmed German artillery excellence through systematic abundance amazed you, make sure to subscribe for more tales of democratic industrial triumph.